I wasn't very okay with the first PFL Africa event seeming to be like an undercard. I hope PFL Africa debut would have at least have his glory, his moment.
Can't wait to speak to our next guest. It has been a minute, as they say, since we last spoke to him. The last time we spoke to Francis Ngannou was last October, right after his big win over Renan Ferreira. So it's been quite some time. Appreciate his time, as always. Good to catch up with the lineal, undisputed heavyweight champion, the man himself, the pride of Cameroon, Francis Ngannou. Hello, Francis, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Ariel. I'm good, and you?
Long time no speak.
Yes, very long time.
It's good to talk to you. How's everything going? How's life?
Life is good. I just keep it a little low right now.
You're staying low. You're out of the limelight.
Yeah, just trying to chill, take a break out of everything.
Any particular reason?
No, just feel like, just feel like I like this life. I like the calm part of my life.
Yes.
When it's calm.
By the way, I hear like a feedback when I speak. Do you hear that too?
No, I don't hear anything.
You don't hear feedback. Frank, do you hear that?
I do. It sounds like he has his phone on or something other than the laptop he's on.
Is there another thing on, a phone? Because I hear myself twice. Do you know, is there a phone on also?
No, nothing is on.
Okay.
I think it's on your side.
Yeah, I think it's on. What should we do, Frank? Because I don't want it to...
Let's reconnect with him.
Do you want to reconnect?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we're going to reconnect real quick, Francis, okay? Okay, we're going to reconnect real quick. And in a matter of seconds. It's just, there was like a weird echo there. I don't know if anyone else hear that, but we're going to reconnect with him real quick and get Mr. Francis on here. Again, still to come, Michael Venom Page, Tim Elliott, and Brian Battle. A lot been going on, obviously, in the world of Francis Ngannou. Can't wait to talk to him about everything happening, not only in his career, but the world of the heavyweight division. Obviously, the Jon Jones stuff came up. PFL stuff has come up. The last time we saw him was in October of this past year. Got back on track with the big win over Renan Ferreira. Prior to that, fought in March of 2024 against Anthony Joshua. And it was almost now 2 years. It's been almost 2 years since his fight against Tyson Fury. If you could believe it, October of 2023 was when he shocked the world and went the distance and even dropped the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. What a 2-year stretch it has been. I mean, honestly, even since prior to that with... Okay. So do I bring him back? Okay. All right. Let's go back to Francis, who is still here. Francis, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay. So you said you were laying low. All good. Obviously, part of the reason why we connected very recently, we stay in contact, was your name came up recently because PFL finally unveiled PFL Africa, which was a big thing in what you were doing with them and when you came over. First, did you see those events? They've had 2 now, I believe. And if so, what did you think of them?
Well, they have 2 now, and it's been going very good. And basically, the second one, I think I was more for the second one. But obviously, I also saw the Don comment, and I think that's your point. That's where you're going to. But the PFL Africa was good. The business part of it is good.
Okay, so for those that may not know what I'm referring to, this is the Donn Davis quote. We have it here because I think it's important to get it right. Someone asked him about you not being at the events, and he said, "I'm not going to hide it. I expected him. This is part of his vision. We worked for 2 years. I'm direct and say what I think. I'm disappointed. Disappointed in you not being at the first 2 events." A lot of people, I guess, thought that you would be there because it was a big thing, and clearly he thought. What is your reaction and response to this?
Well, first, as far as my reaction, I was like, I don't think it was something that he should have bring it out there, right? I mean, at least if it was me, I wouldn't keep it out there. Now, because he get in the position that we have to bring up context, like why didn't I come there? He didn't know why I didn't come, I mean, I've been waiting this for 2 years, and this was the big part of it. So when you're working on something, like when you guys are still working on something, unless you think you have it's off, it's not the thing that you bring it outside. I wasn't okay with something, but it wasn't the thing. I wasn't the one that was going to take it out. For example, like if you want to know what exactly is the reason why I wasn't there, I wasn't very okay with the first PFL Africa event seeming to be like an undercard. Quoting him, we work a lot for that, for the PFL Africa, but I hope PFL Africa debut would have at least have his glory, his moment. But that wasn't my decision, and I wasn't down for it. But I expressed my feeling to them.
So in other words, what you're saying is that first PFL Africa card, I remember it was in mid-July, and the main event was Johnny Eblen versus Costello Van Steenis, Dakota Decheva. Those aren't, part of the PFL Africa movement that you're starting with them, and you wanted it to just be about the African fighters, right?
Exactly. Because this is what it's about. You work about something for 2 years, you expect this glorious moment, and then I couldn't explain. If I have been there, I couldn't explain. I was. It looks like I was in the very bad position to explain how PFL Africa that I've been talking of has become an undercard. So on that perspective, I'm like, I'm not facing this. So that was the main reason. So, and then what's funny is that I have seen some people talking about it, but they didn't even realize that August 9 was the second event. They thought it was the first event was the second event.
Did you share this with them? Did you talk to them about it? Did you tell them this is not what your vision was?
Yes, of course. I mean, we talk about things that we talk about, like a vision. Because we put a lot of accent about like what is the vision, what we want to do, and then every time I will be on the phone with Pete and Jim. Whoosh, again, I don't think those were the people that have the full story, because they've been following up. Like Pete, I talk with Pete maybe 2-3 times a week about only just about PFL Africa, right? So, but as far as Don, we don't talk too much. We never really. Pete is always the guy that is in between us. So, which I think even from his perspective, he wouldn't have said something like that from where we were at. We were like, okay, I don't agree with this. How can we make this work? We are working on it. Like, how can we make it look to align our vision together? Because it's a matter of a vision. For me, it's a vision. For me, it's not a business. Even though they are doing a great business out of it, but again, I focus on the vision of the DNA part of it, to be like a PFL Africa, not just be like another representation of a PFL in Africa, but to be a local organization.
As far as the construction of the card and the people on the card from the PFL Africa only perspective, how involved were you in the people who were signed, the people who were fighting, the matchups? Were you involved in any of that?
I wasn't involved on the matchup a lot. I know that Eduardo was the person that was in charge of like fighter. I talk after in a meeting. I give my advice, because even the event that I do in Cameroon, we have some talent. The event that I do with my foundation, the challenge. So we have some fighter that I recommended, different fighter. Even this guy, I think what was his name? Ankara from Burkina Faso was the guy that fought at my event, and I saw him. I mean, he did lose, but I was impressed with his skills. So I said, okay, there's some guy you can look up to. So, but other than that, I wasn't I wasn't so much into it.
The second event was much more a PFL Africa event, I would say, but you weren't at that one either. How come?
Well, matter of circumstances, and again, we were still working on it because let me remember this. This is not the first. This is not the only event. PFL Africa is something that is going to run. Is made to be run forever. So as we take the time that it takes to set things up right, then the company he will run properly. So I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any problem going as long as we get things right and feel comfortable because I'm going there, putting stepping forward, put myself in line as a guarantee. So at least I'm gonna make sure for what I'm saying. For what I'm gonna stand by what I'm saying, which is what sometimes some clarification need to be made.
Did you watch the events?
Yes, I watched some of them.
Did you like what you saw from the PFL Africa fighters?
I do. I do enjoy them. I like again some good talent, some raw talent as well that need to be sharpened, but that have skills to develop. So it was quite exciting, and also have like kids from the foundation fighting there. We have two guys from that started in the foundation, my foundation fighting.
Yes. So the name of the what is the name of the foundation? Because I know that you did. Did you do an event in March in Cameroon with the foundation?
I did. The name is the Francis Ngannou Foundation, but we named the event like Challenge. ChallengeFighting.com.
Yes, there it is. And so, can I ask? After Don said those things, did you reach out to him or anyone in the PFL to tell them that you didn't appreciate?
Yeah, sure. I reached out to P right away. I text, and then we've been talking, trying to make things work, and that's why again I thought it wasn't something that shouldn't bring public because we are working on it, and then we're looking forward to make a great thing with PFL Africa. Remember, again, it's not just like it's not like a one-off event. It's not two-off event. It's a forever event. So we set things up right. It's going to be okay.
Have you talked to Don?
No, really.
Do you want to?
No, I never initiate the intention of turn. I don't know. I just find it a little weird. And then wasn't like quite in the excited to talk to Don about it, like about that comment.
Was there any talk prior to all of this of you fighting on one of these first cards?
Me fighting there?
Yeah, was there any talk, since you're the face of it all?
No. He has never been a plan.
Would you have wanted that?
You have to understand that PFL Africa is a young company. Mm-hmm. And then as much as we want it to be big, to become big, is not yet at that point. He's young. We didn't give him the time. Yeah, I had like to fight in. If it's PFL Africa, yes, but know where we are at, it's really difficult to get to that point.
Is there a third event planned?
Yes, there is a third event planned, which I think will be in Benin.
Which month?
Again, I don't have. I think October. October was still what I last heard. It was October, okay. Unless he had changed his October.
Would you like to be there?
The semi-final.
Would you like to be there?
Well, I'd like to be even in the first event. If by then we get everything straight up, no problem. I'm excited about this. Remember, I'm the one initiating this. So, yes.
As a result of all of this, Francis, how would you describe your relationship with the PFL right now?
Well, so far I would say we have a good relationship. You know, we have two business together. One is PFL Africa, and then one is me as a fighter, and PFL as a promoter. You know, but again, everything doesn't always run smooth.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like, okay, this is not working. This, you know, just work like, oh, I don't agree with this. I think it should be like this. And somebody give his own point of view. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. And then I think this is how it all works. But personally, I don't think we are in that point that you could say, oh, we have a bad relationship. No, we have a good relationship. We are just working things out and have a also we also have to understand that the problem here is not even there's not even a problem. I think the situation here is because of a culture different, and then which they are struggling to understand the African culture aspect of things, you know. And I have to make sure that is being considered. So I think that's what is getting us here. So because without that, the relation wouldn't be like qualified as great relationship. Yeah.
Your last fight for them was in October. Has there been any serious talk this year of you fighting for them?
No, I'm started to reach out, send some email for fight and see if what's on the line. But since there's nothing yet, I think they don't. I don't think they have opening for me. So we will wait. We still have time, and yeah. Meanwhile, trying to still try on the Deontay Wilder fight.
So you have one fight left on the deal, right? With them?
Yes.
And is there a term attached to that, meaning like it's either one fight or X amount of years?
No. I mean, yeah, there's a time limit on the term, but which is fine, which is still fine. We good.
Is it far away?
Well, all what you have to know is that we are good.
Okay. You did mention the Deontay Wilder fight, though. That's very interesting. He won in June. Is that something that you are actively pursuing right now?
Yes, I do.
Is there any talks between you and his camp?
We haven't engaged personally, but it's gonna be soon.
Soon that you'll talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are still setting some things up, but I keep training. I'm training.
Would that be your top choice right now? In if you had a top choice in any sport, like number one fight is Deontay Wilder in a boxing match?
I would say so. Since the Jon Jones fight is off, I cannot be part of it.
What does that mean when you say you cannot be part of it?
No, I don't say I cannot be part of it. I say it cannot be part of my top choice.
Got it. Okay, of the ones that are available.
Yes.
Okay. What did you make of all of that a month or so ago when all of that was happening with him in the UFC and then he eventually retired, and then Dana White was asked about you at the press conference in Baku, and he said, "Oh, Francis is not a good guy. I don't want to do business with him," all this stuff. I'm sure you saw all of this, right?
Yes, I do.
When you saw all of this, I saw your tweet. I think you said something to the effect of, "Did I ever say I'm coming back?" Because I think the reporter asked him if you were available or if he wanted you to come back, that sort of thing. And then he mentions that he doesn't think you're a good guy. I just wanted to know what you thought of that whole scene.
Listen, Dana is Dana, and I'm not wasting my time trying to figure out Dana or what he said. he does his show. That's okay. And as I say, trying to make my life low key.
Do you want to come back
Well,
to the UFC?
why?
No, I'm asking, do you? I guess the answer is no.
Yeah, what would I come back in? I'm in a contract with PFL.
No, is there a part of you that says, you know what, maybe I do want to come back. Maybe I want one more fight. I just have to ask the question because the whole conversation was surrounded.
I definitely want to fight, but again, I'm expecting the PFL, and I hope that the PFL will make that happen. Yes, I want fight. I want more fight. You know, it's not like I want more fight, for sure.
When all that stuff was happening with Jon Jones in the UFC, all of a sudden, when your name got brought up, it seemed like Jon really wanted to fight you again, and not fight Tom Aspinall. Remember this? Back in June, Jon saying, I'm hearing Francis is still interested. Now we're talking that's a real super fight, a clash of champions, not just hype. He held the belt. I've defended mine. And then you responded, of course. Did anyone talk about this? Was this ever a thing that got off the ground, or was it just that?
No, never get up. For sure, the UFC don't want anything to do, don't want any co-promotion stuff.
Right.
Because I think even Turkey trying to make that fight happen.
And what happened?
It didn't work.
They just said they didn't want to co-promote the UFC, he said?
I don't know exactly, but I guess so.
Okay. Were you surprised that Jon ended up retiring and not fighting you? Because a lot of people, including me, said he didn't fight you in 2020, and now he could have fought Tom and didn't fight him as well. Those were the two biggest threats, right, in the heavyweight division. Were you surprised when he ultimately chose to retire rather than fighting Tom Aspinall?
Well, I think maybe that was his own, maybe a maneuver of negotiation. The retirement doesn't mean anything. If he decides tomorrow that he's fighting, then that retirement is vowed. It means nothing. Nobody will stop him. If he keep training, that doesn't change anything. So it might be his strategy, or he might just had enough, which is understandable. But I wasn't expecting it at that time or in this way. You know, having this announcing a retirement in the middle of a conversation like this. To me, it seems more like a negotiation tactic or something.
Yeah, because when he retired, then they announced this White House card, and all of a sudden he said he's coming back.
Exactly. He can come back whenever he wants. So,
do you think he fights again?
Yeah. Listen, if there's somebody that I don't want to try to understand, it's Jon Jones. I don't understand Jon Jones. I'm not trying to understand what he's doing. He's doing his life. I have no problem with him doing his life as he wants. I think he deserves to do whatever he wants to do now. So it's up to him.
Who do you think would have won, Tom or Jon?
Tom is young. He's very explosive. He's young, hungry, but you know what they said. They said young monkey strong is fast, but old monkey knows the way. Yeah, I think Jon knows the way from. We all can agree that Jon knows the way for the victory.
You know, the one I want to see is you versus Tom.
Really?
Yeah. No, you're not interested?
That would be a good fight too, but again, we are not in that situation.
Right. Is there anyone in the PFL or who could even be available that would interest you on the MMA side of things? Because you obviously mentioned Deontay's boxing, perfect. But as far as MMA outside of UFC that could even be available to fight you, is there anyone out there?
I know they brought up Nankov sometime, but things like things didn't play out. I was expecting like maybe to have the champion, the champion of the tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still don't know how it's looking. It's still quite confusing a situation.
Okay. Francis, I would be remiss if I don't ask you about the accident from a few months ago, because I don't think you've talked about that. Can I ask you about your side of the story? I know you put out a statement, but not much else. Obviously, a very tragic thing. Can I ask what happened back in April?
Man, what's happened back in April was just a nightmare. You know, I did my thing all day long, and then around 7, I left the driver out and go to the basement, take a motorcycle. We're driving and was going by my mom's place, and I get to this. It was like on the boulevard, and I saw this girl trying to cross the street, but I noticed that she didn't look because I saw her, and it was like a three lane side of road. But I noticed that she didn't see. So what I do, I want to go behind her because she were walking fast. But problem is that last minute she turned around and she saw me, and she freeze there. She was like this, and a few seconds, so I hit her with the left side of my motorcycle because I was almost past, and I was like 300 yards away from a police station. Then, and I didn't even fall off the motorcycle, but she fell. So I'm like, should I go report this? But she's laying on the floor. So I pack my motorcycle, go there, carry her, put her in the taxi, and then follow her to the hospital. We get in the hospital. I took her outside. She has a knee, a tibia fracture. But I took her out of the car, and she was aware now and in pain, so which was a good sign. I took her to the emergency room. They reassured me everything is good, but I still stayed there for like 2 hours, and then until like people come, we even called them. They even sent like an extra doctor to supervise everything. So, I mean, I left. I was reassured that everything was good. I mean, not good because she's hurt, but I'm like, oh, it wasn't the worst. It could have been worse than this. And every day they were telling me, I was having the follow up, like, oh, she's good, she's this, because the same night her family came there. And she was good for the next 2 days, and they were prepping her surgery until the surgery. She went for the surgery and never wake up. And just like that. And I'm like, how come? Like, what's happened? Because when I get to the hospital, I requested 2 things right away. I said, please, can you do a scan to verify if she doesn't have like internal bleeding? And then because like at that moment, I don't know if you remember, but he was like almost exactly 10 days away from the 1-year anniversary of Kobe. Mm. And what I did find out is that Kobe had like a brain issue, and that when we went to the hospital, they do the scan, but not the MRI. The MRI could have detect what he had. So on this girl, then I'm like, please do the brain MRI. So I'm sure that everything is being taken care of. I have a follow-up every day. We don't have any concern about internal bleeding. We don't have any concern about like brain, like a concussion or something. Then like I think this was the third day already. Yeah, the third day after the surgery, they was like, it's over. I'm like, how come it's over? What's over? What do you mean like it's over? That was it. Like from the fracture. That was it. So now, couple of sleepless nights, dealing with all this, thinking of what you could have done or should have done. How could you? What would you have done to avoid that? Uh, yeah, it's really a bad feeling. Basically, on that day, really, really bad things. But yeah, we reach out, we let couple day, like because we were in touch and their family was there, and they knew that I was part of the accident. So we reached out and started talk. I mean, I talked to the family, and obviously they were um, grieving, but that was pretty comprehensive. They say, okay, we know that he happened, he's an accident, but we saw how uh, you fight for our daughter. We saw all the assistant that was there. So I mean, they thank me for assisting them. Like somebody would have would have run, but you didn't. We knew, heard about everything that happened. But again, that might help a little bit, but not too much, basically, at that moment.
I appreciate the backstory and you telling us about it. And I'm so sorry that this happened. I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to the family. I'm sorry that she lost her life. Do you have any sort of understanding as to what happened? Was it something that happened as they were prepping for the surgery, or something that happened as a result of the break? Like, how does it happen a few days later?
Listen, I personally have no evidence to prove what happened, but something definitely happened. So I cannot claim what I can prove. But again, we went to the hospital the same night. She was good. We get like, she's good. Okay. I mean, I remember leaving that night and I went to the restaurant and with a friend, and I ordered a tea. And somebody even asked me, saying, "Oh, you should take a champagne. Like, you just escaped." Like, I mean, I didn't take a champagne, but I agree with him because I should have celebrated that night. Like, then I was so scared. Finally, it's not that bad, And going on the next days, you don't worry about it. What I was worried about, I'm like, okay, uh, where is she living? With who? What's her job? Like, how can you assist her from a day to day comeback? Because yes, it wasn't worse, but she still had a knee fracture, a tibia fracture, which is gonna be like maybe 9 months or 1 year of rehab. So what can we do? What can I do to assist her and make her life happen during this process? And that's where I was. I was planning like the rehab stuff, like how could this work for her? I have no idea that I will be dealing with the death. No idea, like far from my mind, you know. You think about it, you say, oh, okay, we're just gonna find her a good physio, assist her. She's definitely gonna be on the wheelchair or something like that. She's gonna need assistance for every day. And that's where I was at. And I'm like, okay, let's see how. And I tell my guy, my team, like, let's see how you can make that happen because that's what is needed right now. We didn't know that we would be talking about funeral a couple of days after that.
As you mentioned, it's around the year anniversary of your son's tragic passing. And so how are you doing? This is all just a few months ago. How are you dealing? And is this probably part of the reason why you're laying low?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was a very tough time. So because all those things, everything that happened, you come to question yourself if you're cursed. What's going on? Why all those horrible things are happening to you? And then it's not even what happened. Like sometimes I have really liked to be guilty, to be like to have something that happened to me based on my action, that I know that, oh, if I didn't do this, it wouldn't have happened. But the worst is when something happened and you say, okay, could I have done to avoid it? What did I did wrong? And you see nothing that you could have done differently to change the course of the situation. I think that's even more scary. You know, like, okay, what could I have done right now to change the situation? What? Nothing. And then that's scary. That means it could happen today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. It could happen at any moment again. And freaks you out, man. Mess with your mind.
So that was in April. Here we are in August. Do you feel like you're starting to feel better, or you're still in that process of grieving?
Yeah, I mean, you process. Remember, like, doesn't matter. You process it. You improve. You try to keep your head high, look up into life. Listen, if I have overcome the loss of my son, I think I can. That's the moment that you understand that everything in life, doesn't matter how tough it is, a man is capable of a lot more. Yeah.
And as far as the family, are you okay with them? Is this story something that's still lingering in your life, or is that just it? It's a freak thing that happened, and now you have to try your best, both of you, to move on.
I don't understand. I didn't understand your question.
The family of the girl, the young girl who passed away. Is there any sort of lingering stuff between you two? Is there any sort of stuff that you have to deal with, ramifications, or because it was just a freak accident, now you just move on with your life and they try to move on with theirs?
No, I mean, we again. I met them. We talk, and then I explained to them what really happened. I say, okay, I don't know if you want to hear, because I know you're in grief at this moment. But if you want to hear what happened, I can talk about it. But I'm not here to give an explanation. I just want you to know the story, because like one thing that you have to understand is that when somebody is laying down with no life, never be right. You're you're on the wrong side. So don't try to explain anything to anybody unless they ask you. And then, but they've been very comprehensive. And then we talk, and then we assist them on like everything. And by the way, we still in touch. They're still in touch. Not personally, but with my family.
Okay. I know this is all very, very tough, tough stretch for you, and not an easy transition to talk about other things.
Yeah. What is it?
No, I said it's not easy to transition, and I'll let you go in a couple of minutes. I just wanted to ask you a couple more things about your career, and then we'll let you go. Just a couple of months ago, we spoke to Rico Verhoeven, who he came up with this idea of having 3 fights with you: kickboxing, MMA, and boxing. Did you see this, and do you have any interest in fighting the kickboxing champion, Rico Verhoeven?
Where will we fight? In which organization? Who will promote that? I mean, it's not just walking around and having ideas, it's to make it happen. Again, I don't know if he's agree with with PFL. Would I do? Maybe I could do MMA with him. Not even. He's not the MMA guy. I don't know. I think he's not too much of to think of.
Okay, so in other words, it's still Deontay. Of everything out there, always people are mentioning you. Eddie Hall mentioned you as well, the big strong guy. I don't know if you saw that one, but it's it seems like Deontay is number one. Do you feel confident it's going to happen?
Confident? I would say yes. There have been some interest about it. There have been some interest about it in the past and now. So confident, I would say yes, but it's still not a guarantee.
Do you think you fight this year?
Do I think this is August? I hope so. I hope so. If not this year, maybe early next year. But I hope to fight this year. I would like to have one fight this year, at least.
You still have the passion for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fighter. I'm not retired though. So don't you worry. I'm around.
Yeah. Do you have more of a passion for boxing than MMA?
No, I would not say more the passion for boxing than MMA. MMA is my sport. I'm more comfortable in MMA. When it comes to MMA, I know that I'm gonna deal with it. I'm comfortable. Boxing is like a new sport for me. So I like boxing, but I'm more comfortable in MMA for sure.
Okay, last one.
Now that I have some wrestling skills, you know, not too much, but enough to get my way.
Your old foe, Anthony Joshua, is in talks to fight Jake Paul. What do you think happens if they fight?
What do I think happened? Let's see until they fight, but I'm not sure. I have seen that. I'm not even sure if they are serious though.
They are. They are.
They are?
Yes. Very.
No, come on. You don't believe that, do you?
I do.
You do believe?
I believe they're serious. I don't know if it actually happens, but I do believe there have been serious talks of making it happen. You think it's crazy?
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
Okay.
I think it's crazy. I mean, what's the exact J Paul weight?
His last fight, 200, in 200 range.
Yeah. No. First, it's like even if we don't get to the experience level, the weight different and everything is tough.
We'll leave it at that. Francis, great to talk to you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Do you feel like we cleared it up with the PFL stuff? Do you feel like you got your side out?
Well, on my side, I mean, again, I wouldn't have want this to be like my side or somebody's side. Mm-hmm. So far, it's still our side. Should have been our side. It's not like, oh, you have your side, this guy has his side. You know, so far, it's our side. Unless our vision are not aligned, it's our side.
Fair enough. Thank you, Francis. All the best. Great to talk to you again.
Thank you, Ariel.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Same to you. Bonne nuit. There he is.
Bonne nuit. Bye.
The great Francis Ngannou, Le Prédateur. Always appreciate his time. Always appreciate him coming on, clearing the air, and we appreciate that as well. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.